Hello, this is Riddick of Game Time Budgeting with today's money message. Obviously, we are experiencing a new normal right now in the United States of America, as well as across the rest of the world in general, due to the current pandemic. I think it would be totally natural to have a heightened sense of concern regarding your ability to produce income, your ability to pay your monthly bills, even paying down your current debts. And also, I'm sure you've noticed changes in your retirement savings balance as well. Over the past couple of months, I've even noticed myself having a little bit more financial stress than normal just due to the current situation. But today I wanted to leave these 4 quick tips to hopefully help you reduce your current level of financial stress. And not only am I speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself as well. So tip number 1, determine exactly what you have. I know it can be easy to sometimes get distracted and not pay as much attention to our money as we should, but what is the exact amount of money in your checking account right now? In addition to that, how much money might you have in your savings account? And when I say savings, this is money set aside for a future planned event. Some of you may have already been setting aside money for the upcoming holidays later this year, or maybe you've been setting aside money for a vacation. If, as an example, you don't currently have an emergency fund, you may have to reallocate or repurpose the money that is currently set aside in your savings and now rename it an emergency fund. If you do have an emergency fund in place right now, exactly how much money is in that account? Tip number 2, determine exactly what you owe. I know some people aren't fans of the word budget. However, let's just talk about creating a spending plan. So when you do this, it is very, very important to separate your fixed costs from your variable costs. Fixed costs, these are things such as your rent payment, your mortgage payment, your various insurance premiums that you pay, your utilities and things of that nature. All of those would be examples of fixed costs. On the other hand, your variable costs, now these are costs that you have a lot more control over on a week-to-week and month-to-month basis. An example might be your grocery bill, or how much you're spending on entertainment, how much you might be spending eating out or ordering some type of food service delivery, and even how much you're spending on adult beverages or cigarettes or even lottery tickets. Again, all of these are examples of variable costs over which you have a ton of control. If you're looking to create a little bit more cash flow, you may have to look for opportunities to minimize some of those variable costs. The third tip is this: determine exactly how long you can last. Now you may be saying, well, what in the world does this guy mean by that? Let's just say, as an example, you've calculated your mandatory expenses and you see that the total comes to $1,500 per month. Now earlier I talked about an emergency fund or even money that you might have in savings, and let's just say, as an example, that's $3,000. When asking yourself how long you can last, if your mandatory expenses are $1,500 per month and you have $3,000 in the bank, you know right now that if there was an interruption in your income, you could actually survive for at least another 2 months. The fourth tip is this: be proactive. If you see that you are headed towards some serious financial challenges in the future, there's nothing wrong with calling your creditors today, explaining your situation, and hopefully that individual will work with you to at least negotiate some type of reduced payment plan, or possibly that individual might reduce the interest rate that you're currently being charged. And if you are having a really good phoned conversation, you might convince that individual to actually drop your interest rate to 0. Again, these are just suggestions depending on your current situation. But if you do see that you are headed towards some type of financial difficulty, it is best to be proactive right now. I don't know where you currently live, but please scour the internet to uncover various nonprofits in your area that may be able to assist during this time as well. So thanks so much for watching this video. Again, this is Riddick of Game Time Budgeting, reminding you to always give your money purpose, direction, and an assignment so it will not misbehave. Take care.